Before the main video itself starts, I'd like to say that this episode is going to be a bit different to other reviews that I've done in the past, seeing as it's more organized. I've collected the clips together now, and what I've done is I've just made a picture. I've zoomed in the part of the sky from the weekly health review, one of the weekly health review photos that I've made in Canva, and with that I've then put topics, each separate topic, so that it's easier to follow, and then it will be easy for me to make timestamps that way, because I won't be able to miss that sky photo with all that large text on it. It will be only a few words per photo, but I won't be able to miss it basically. Now that I've made that notice, I've got one more thing to say and then we'll get on with the video. My reasons why I've done this, as I said, it will be more organized, but also I'm doing it just so that the videos are more interesting to me personally. I just wanted to add a little bit of spice, you could call it, to these videos. Not to make it more engaging, but just so that it's a bit more fun to make, because I know I can put clips together, and I know I can record what I need to record in order to do this review. Now that I'm done with that, let's get into it. So you're going to see the clips that I've got for the screen usage review. You'll see the time widget stats and then my review, and it's going to be the same for the other topics, like physique and body stats review. You'll see my body stats and my physique pictures first, and then my review. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Immediately, the first thing that I want to mention about my screen usage is this. I've changed the time limit that I had on YouTube from, I said the time limit, from 1 hour to 3.5 hours to make it more realistic to stick to. I'd always ignore the limit, but even though I was doing this consistently for months on end, I wouldn't change it. It's not something that I think about. However, I have now changed it to 3.5 hours so that I give myself enough time to upload all of the videos that I'd want to upload in a day, but also to more sustainably decrease my screen time on YouTube, on the phone specifically. Speaking of, I also want to point this out. This is a screen time evidence that I have for the phone and for the phone only. I'm saying that because I've been watching YouTube on the laptop, so that I don't strain my eyes as much as I have been by watching YouTube on the phone. I don't need my eyesight getting worse. My eyesight, it is clear. It is pretty clear. I'd say it's almost 20/20, but I don't need to worsen it as much as I was by playing Black Ops Zombies or all of that sort of stuff when I was a kid and an adolescent too. So please bear in mind the fact that this is not, the evidence that I have is not an accurate representation of how much I've been on screens every day. I've gone out of my way to look for screen usage apps that I could get on the laptop, but I haven't been successful with finding one yet, but soon enough. To be fair, I was thinking, I've just had a thought that I could instead use a tablet that my dad gave me, because that has screen usage on there, so I'd be able to more accurately track how long I've been on screens for in total. It's something to think about. Not only that, but I think it'd be healthier for me to use the tablet rather than the laptop, only because of the pen. Because I think there could be a relationship between how addictive, like these sorts of technology, these pieces of technology like the phones, laptops and that, might seem if you use it, if you're scrolling with your hands rather than with a mouse, for example, or with a pen. That's why I was thinking that. But to be fair, I do think I have a mouse pad, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but I haven't been using it. It's not something that I've deeply thought about using, but to create healthier boundaries with how I use a piece of technology, I probably will start doing that now. I have an idea of what I'm trying to say here, but I don't think I'm clearly articulating it as much as I don't think I'm articulating it as clearly as I'd like. When I do have the words for it, I'll let them be known in these videos. Yeah, I certainly want to go about how much I go on the screens, and when I go on the screens, I want to change these things so that I can live my life in a healthier way. And one thing that I've been doing that's indirectly helped me with that, I'd say, is having a sleep tracker on my laptop. I've noticed that after like maybe 5 or 6 p.m. I get in bed and I watch YouTube basically from that time to maybe 1 to 2 in the morning in the recent past. Now that I've been thinking about and writing up about when I went to bed, what I was doing before going to bed, just some quick notes. I'm not sure if I have a question asking why was I doing that thing before going to bed, or why was I doing that thing to begin with. I don't think so. I have a whole list of questions that I made yesterday on Monday, actually no, maybe the early hours of this morning, because I didn't go to sleep late because I was on the laptop. I just made a whole list of questions so that it was more convenient for me to track my sleep and track important things related to my sleep, like when did I go to bed, what time did I wake up, what was I doing after I got up, and so on. I've got to actually still do that for today. But yeah, the screen usage is going to help me with that. Recording the screen usage videos is going to help me with that. Sorry for having the camera like this, I didn't notice. The screen usage on the phone and recording that's going to help me with that, looking at it week by week, so I can see how much I'm using YouTube in particular, because that's the only thing I really want to focus on changing, both on the laptop and also the phone. Yeah, there must be some form of screen time widget like on the laptop, like you can get on the phone. I'm using a Windows laptop. I don't know, but I'll eventually find out. It's just a laptop that my dad gave me. I don't really have many resources that I've bought myself, but that will soon change. I think I've outgrown them. At 20 going on 21, I've outgrown that. It's about time that I carry on doing what I'm doing and buying myself new clothes. First of all, I need to get rid of these Nike shoes I'm wearing. As you can see, there are holes in both shoes. Come on, man. There's also a hole on the innards on one of the shoes. Is it? I don't know if it's this one, but yeah, you can see their time has come. They've been dead. It's time to move on and not use shoes for so long. I'd also like to get some new pieces of technology, like different, more higher quality phones, and also start getting cameras as well to make these videos look more high quality, to just build on how much fun I'm having with making these videos, because it's more so just the thing I do every single day, which I've been doing for so long. It's just become habit rather than something that I'm doing and I extremely enjoy it. I don't think, for most of the time, I don't have fun doing this. I just feel more at peace over time doing this, although I certainly do have my fun from time to time when I've achieved a new skill, a new calisthenics skill. I know that, but yeah, anyway, let's get back to filming or talking about screen usage. So I think in order to get rid of the more physically intimate connection that I'd have with technology, I need to start creating healthier boundaries. So instead of scrolling with my thumbs, I can go on the laptop and scroll with a mouse. Although it's still there and I'm still using my hands, at least I'm not using them on the cursor pad. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I think I should just start making videos only on the phone rather than watching YouTube on the phone. In order to make myself want to make that change more, I think it would be helpful to find a screen tracking app on either the laptop, or just go to the tablet I have and just use that instead of the phone to watch YouTube with. So create more. What I'm saying is, it might be helpful that I create more boundaries, use the phone specifically for creation, for making videos and for tracking stuff like screen usage and my FitnessPal stuff, and then use the laptop for or the tablet for watching YouTube, and just watch YouTube, never watch YouTube in bed, or at least start working towards never watching YouTube in bed again. So to encourage me to not stay up so late watching YouTube in bed, because last night I had a thought that whenever I'd immediately go into bed with my laptop and or phone, I'm showing myself that I relate the bed to watching videos late at night, or I relate the bed / sleep to watching videos late at night on the laptop and or the phone. It'd just be the phone, but I don't want to strain my eyes as much and further worsen my eyesight. So I've started going on the laptop slightly more nowadays to watch YouTube than just the phone. And also I impulsively check notifications, YouTube notifications. Yeah, I do this out of habit. I've been doing this for a while now, probably ever since I started impulsively looking at Luke Spurgeon's channel and comparing like how many videos he made on the channel to mine, and the subscriber count of his channel compared to the one I make videos for. Just out of habit, seeing as he was what I defined as a small creator due to subscriber count, because the people I used to watch on YouTube would have like millions of views and millions of subscribers, or millions of views per video and millions of subscribers, whereas his was and still is like double digits, triple digits, and sometimes quadruple digits as well. I've certainly stopped doing that. I've started doing that less, which has been very it's been helpful for me personally. It's nothing, I wouldn't say it's really anything to do with him. It was just the fact that I don't think it was anything to do with him as an individual, but it's just more so that he was making videos was slightly similar to these videos that I make, yeah. And the subscriber count on his channel was similar to the channel I make videos for, this one. But compared to this channel, it seems that his visibility compared to this one is absolutely skyrocketed. And if that's what he's looking for, then good for him. In my mind, I was thinking of saying I don't care, but that's not what I mean. I think it's more so I'm not happy for him. He's a stranger on the internet. It's not that. It's just more so if he's looking for that, then amazing. But for me, comparing myself to him just was it was very unhealthy to do. It was very mentally unhealthy. I think it was because of the self-esteem issues that I had all the way from back when I was being told by my mum over and over and over again, you're not doing nothing, with connotations that she meant you're not doing anything with your life. And I make so many videos as proof to myself that she couldn't have been any more wrong. I was making these videos out of revenge, and I think there is proof that I had this way of thinking way back when, maybe a few months or so ago. I don't really remember, and I've started to put it behind me in the sense of doing it. I've stopped doing that now. I've stopped making videos, even partly out of revenge now, but I certainly will carry on remembering that for the rest of my life, because it's a valuable part of my history to remember that, okay, if you do things out of revenge, what are the odds that you aren't going to further build hatred for people? It doesn't matter who they are. Family, people you consider friends, or people you consider family, even if you're not related to them by blood, and so on. Even strangers, maybe, if it's extreme and extremely deep rooted, then yeah, strangers as well, maybe. I don't know. It's a deep talk within itself. I've overcome a lot. Oh no, I just got a 20% battery warning, so I'm really gonna have to speed this up. I'm gonna end this clip here and then come up with some more things that I want to talk about screen usage related. I need to remember to put this phone on low power mode when I'm making these sorts of videos. Oops, I'll remember next time. I've decided that I'll make a summary here. I've been going from topic to topic. I've completely spoken about a physique review. I put the basic summary first because I went off on a tangent. So that's why I've thought of this summary as I've been putting the clips together. So here goes. I certainly would like to change how I use the screens, like use a mouse when on the laptop. I can use that to watch YouTube rather than the phone, because there's no like pen you can use with this iPhone. I'm using the iPhone XR at the moment. There's no pen that comes with it that create a healthier boundary with using the phone. So I just use this for creation and creation only, and I'll probably have to do that with other phones in the future unless they have a pen that comes with it. I think very new phones do, so it's worth considering. It's worth considering me getting them. Maybe not, we'll see. What else? I can use the tablet instead of the laptop because it has that healthy boundary, and also it has the inbuilt screen time widget, just like the phone does. So it'd be the best of both worlds using the tablet, I think. So I can use the phone specifically for creation and tracking, and the tablet for like watching YouTube if I want, and the laptop for more tracking basically, but no YouTube watching. More YouTube tracking, and more tracking and just other things, like doing things off camera, and then yeah, that'd be it. Screen usage wise, this is another thing that I forgot to mention. Screen usage wise, what am I actually on YouTube watching? Very basically, I've actually been watching this creator that goes by the name of SunnyV2, and to me, he personally has very many interesting videos about YouTube creators or other people that have like made it big, very visible, that many people know of, who career-wise, you could say, who turn their passions into careers, have taken a different trajectory in life, or who've taken a turn more so for the worse, have damaged their reputation, for example, or people who've started to feel more depressed maybe, or more isolated, like he proved, Notch, the original creator of Minecraft, said via showing a Twitter tweet, or via showing a tweet. Yeah, I'm watching this sort of stuff. It's armor. I see it as armor because I'm making videos on YouTube, and I've been watching those videos and seeing, okay, if this channel were to become very visible, that I could hate life. I could hate life if this channel were to be made very visible. Many people commenting, maybe even like starting to believe that you can't go unnoticed on the street, just having too much money as well. I do actually, after watching that Notch video, the creator of Minecraft, the video that he made based on the creator of Minecraft, I'm starting to think that there actually is, in fact, something is too much money, having too much money. Notch himself might not be a greedy individual, but like with the sort of houses you could get with that money, like why do you need what I'm trying to say is, why do you need a 70 bedroom mansion, or 70 bedroom mansion, but there's only one person living in it? I do believe there is such a thing as too much. So much money you can't spend it in, you don't think you'd ever be able to spend it in one lifetime. For what? For ego? To just feel lonely, to believe that you have no purpose in life, like Notch might have experienced. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'd much rather have a cap and be having the financial status of billionaire, having that much money in liquid and or only liquid, or maybe in assets too, is just too much for me personally. It's too much. I don't need that much money. I would never be able to spend that much. This is not GTA. And even if it were GTA, like people who do have $1 billion plus, what can they do with that money? What? I think I remember in GTA, some random person just giving me so much money, and then I just keep on spending and spending and spending and spending. There was basically no reason to actually make money because I had so much of it anyway. I didn't need more of it. So that just kind of, in a sense, now that I think about it, was a reason that I saw to basically be docile, do nothing, drive the cars that I had all day, kill random pedestrians, maybe I'd maybe kill other players there, just not really do much like mission wise. Like there was no mission, there was no need to have a mission anymore after having so much money. And that could be the case for real life as well. That there was no need. There was no need, no want for to have a mission in life, to have a purpose in life. There's to do something with your life that you consider fulfilling. There was none of that. It was just drive your cars, kill people, kill NPCs, pedestrians, kill like other players, maybe go into like death matches every now and then, just not do much with your life. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to end up anything like Notch, where you sold your company and you feel more isolated than ever, even though you have more money than ever. That one-time payment that Microsoft, or maybe more than one-time payment that Microsoft gave to Notch, was probably just like that. No, sorry, what I was trying to say is that one-time payment, that's only one time. Like that fulfillment though, after creating Minecraft, from creating Minecraft and developing it, that's not just a one-time thing. That's for as long as he wants, for as long as he wanted. He could have been doing that, but he said he stopped doing it because he felt so stressed. But that was that same thing that he allowed to cause him stress from so many people saying this could ruin Minecraft, or some update could ruin Minecraft, was the exact thing that could have given him purpose in life. Maybe if he handled it differently, he could have not sold Minecraft to arseholes, his wording, which you can see in the tweet that SunnyV2 showed. In the video, it has like 2-point-something billion as a part of the thumbnail. Yeah, you can see it, you can find it, with a cartoon-like image of Notch on the left of the thumbnail. It was like the tragic tale, and then 2-point-something billion before tax. Yeah, I've been watching his videos and other videos similar to that recently. Not the regular chess videos that I'd watch, or the regular like camera videos that I'd watch, or go through calisthenics videos that I'd watch. Shout out to him. I haven't been watching them. Things change as I change. What I watch will change. What I consume will change, and that's in every way, rather than only the sorts of videos that I'd watch on YouTube, for example. The reason why I'm making this clip is because my phone died as I was finishing this off. Very unfortunately, but that's how it is sometimes. So yeah, I actually do want to talk more about what I was saying earlier before this clip. So I was just thinking about Notch's tale and how SunnyV2 portrayed it. And after I was done thinking about it, basically, as I was coming to a conclusion, I was starting to think, I, in brackets, genuinely might, close brackets, have something that quite a few billionaires might not have: purpose in life. And when I went to the gym today and I hit a new PB in my bench press, 50 kg for maybe 4 reps, I was just, the way how I interacted with one of the people that was there training with me, because we were doing the bench press together, was noticeably different to me. I was not necessarily more energetic, although I could have been, but I'd say I was more immersed. That's it. I was more immersed now that I've realized that, thanks to making this clip. I was thinking about it a lot off camera because the phone died, so very unfortunately I couldn't capture all of my thoughts on the matter live, but this is the best that I can give, and that's okay. I apologize for the 3 blue dots. I don't know what they are, but yeah, that's going on right now. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, nothing. Okay. Yeah. After that, after having those thoughts, was thinking, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to make this video, I've got to make the weekly review of how I've been eating, and I've got to do other things like that. Those are the only 2 I remembered at the time as I was in the gym thinking, and I was thinking, you know what, that's not actually stressful anymore. That just means I have purpose in life. I have something to live for. I have a reason to live. I have something to work towards. I am experiencing fulfillment. I have things to do. I have reasons to live. I'm not just here like how I was in GTA from time to time, for a long time, docile, not having a mission, not wanting, not needing to, well, not feeling the need to complete any missions or go on a mission because of how much money that I got sent one time by some random profile. I don't know why or how, but yeah. I remember the time that I really grinded my way to $1 million and immediately bought another. Immediately bought a Bugatti. As soon as I hit the 1 mil mark, and then went back to square one, broke. But even if I were to, with this mindset, if I were to play GTA again, I'd much rather that than have so much money, like how I remember Louis Caliber, a YouTuber, would. And he would just, I remember him as a kid, just going to the clothes shop, buying all the clothes, many cars, maybe. I remember, I have a vivid memory of him just buying all of the clothes that they had in selection. Even if he didn't like it, it's like, what else can you do with that much money? What else can you do? And although that is a game, the principle still, that principle is still valid in real life. Imagine all of that money, he basically just couldn't, he didn't have a reason. He genuinely might not have had a reason to do anything with his life anymore. Has so much money he can't spend in his entire lifetime, so that might actually promote recklessness, which I don't want. You can just allow yourself to go on a path of self-destruction because, oh well, we've got too much money to spend. I don't want that. I don't want that. Although I'm not anti having money, not at all, but I don't want that for myself. To have so much money, I just start getting greedy, start hating life, start feeling, in Notch's words, more isolated than ever. According to a tweet that Sunny V2 showed on a video that he made, the tragic tale of Notch or something, I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah. Now I can allow myself to, let me try that again. I think after having those thoughts, I'm now feeling more, motivated, happier with my life, knowing that I have purpose, which many people who have a lot of money might not have. And although I'm not better than these people, it just shows that the want for more money, more and more actually isn't worth it. It's not. Because if you keep on getting more and more money, you might just start hating life. You might just start feeling isolated like Notch, apparently. Right, the following clips are going to go like this. So the next one you're going to see after this is the clip that I filmed on the Friday that I did the weigh-in to get my results. And after that, it's then going to be my physique photos. And then after that, it's going to be the main review itself. Those are my weight measurements after drinking a little bit of water. I made the first meal clip before going to the gym. I forgot that I needed to weigh myself, so I probably am I may or may not be a bit lighter than what the scale said. I only had a couple sips, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but I would like to take that into account. I think this is the first time in an extremely long while, if ever, that I've done this, but it was a genuine mistake, so that's why the measurements are what they are, partially. Yeah. I have noticed my left pec looks bigger. My that's all I've noticed. I think that's it. My arms, they of course look bigger after training, but that's really all I've noticed. I think my arms have gotten a bit bigger anyway, even without a pump, but just not much. And I'm saying that in the early stages of my journey. There's got to be a time when I'm not going to be able to see really any sort of growth. But now here I am saying what I'm seeing right now isn't much. Just wait 10 years. Jeez, I'm going to have to really focus on performance by that point, so that I don't feel unhappy with, with how little muscle I would have been gaining over the years. I don't really have any clear-cut aims physique related at the moment. I know for sure that my body fat percentage could decrease. I could decrease that, sorry. It's not going to decrease by itself as I made it sound. Apologies for that. Yeah, it certainly could. I certainly could decrease it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do that right now, because I'd much rather put on muscle. Not put on size, but put on muscle. Because I was so focused once upon a time on wanting to see my abs. That's partly why. And I had that as the main reason for why I wanted to go on this journey. But it also will help performance. Indirectly, it will also help with me finding fulfillment. Experiencing more fulfillment in my life. And going out of my way to experience more fulfillment in my life. Because you have to have a certain level of, or certain amount of growth of a growth mindset in order to actually progress / keep going with your exercise journey. Even if you change how you do it, which is absolutely fine because it's a journey, you still got to have that level of growth mindset, or either in a larger amount or maybe the same amount. You have to have a certain level of it, and that's something that can't change. Some things, or many things within a journey, as I've experienced, they for sure will change as you change, but there are just some things, even if you change how you do them, you can't change them if you want to keep on going the same way. And one of those things off the top of my head will probably be the motive to put your health first over money, to put your health in every way possible over just wanting to have money come in. That would probably be something that can never change if you really want to live a healthy and fulfilling life. I was once doing a customer service job, and although I did like the money come in, I experienced quite a bit of stress from doing that. So much stress that I was scratching my head at work, and I was one day in particular, I was just thinking, oh, I'm gonna really hit up the punching bag. And I was thinking that over and over and over again, and I did it. And that evening was just a few minutes of extreme rage. Constructively, channeled constructively, yeah, through hitting a ring rather than beating someone up, yeah. But I don't need to make myself go through that for a job, ever. I shouldn't feel the need to want to hurt the punching bag just for a job, just for money. Sometimes people really will do anything for money, and I don't think anyone who really values their health and just themselves long term can do that. I don't think so. Even if they are willing to do anything for money, that would probably have to change. That'd have to change at some point. Boundaries would have to be put up at some point. As I'm starting to experience, I wasn't primarily doing that customer service job for money. No, I wasn't. I was doing it because I saw myself going through an entrepreneurship route through customer service. So learning how to become a manager, building my skills up there through that way, and then becoming a store owner. Basically copying and pasting what Yanni from Yanamize did, because that's where I got the idea from. And I knew I wanted to, I think I had a vision in my mind past a certain age, since before leaving my adolescence, that I wanted to work for myself, or I don't want to use the term entrepreneur. I don't, there's no need to use fancy words like that. And it could be, people could use that as a source to boost it, to inflate their ego. I don't need to inflate my ego. So yeah, I won't use that word. But yeah, I had the vision. I had a vision of going through the entrepreneurship route in the customer service, through customer service. I decided not to do that anymore because I soon realized that this personal training route, when I was considering it, as you may hear in certain videos, that this route I'm going down actually values my health, but the customer service route didn't. You have to, in order to be taken seriously, especially at my age, you have to value your health. You have to value your health to be able to be taken seriously by other people. How? I don't think anyone would allow someone that would be considered a fat person would, no one would really want to be trained by a fat person. Fat person, yeah, someone that has a very large weight, a very large mass, yeah. why do you want to be trained by that person when they clearly show that they are taking care of their health? They're showing it. Even if they have medical health conditions that make it more difficult for them to be at a healthy weight, you still can at least somewhat be somewhat slim, in my opinion. I don't think. What are the odds that there are like hereditary medical health conditions that force people to not be overweight but be obese? I'm talking specifically about these people who take someone that's considered to be obese, or someone with a obese BMI, who would take that sort of person seriously. Who? Sorry, that was a jumble of words. I apologize for that. I know that wasn't as coherent as it could have been. Sorry, but we'll move on. It's a part of the journey. It happens. But yeah, I don't want to go down that route. That is it's not a way of life that I want to live. I know what it's like to be on the way to get there. That was not fun. I felt so low eating takeaway. I vividly remember one time eating takeaway, and it was just, I felt so low, physically and mentally, so low down by eating that sort of food that made me get there. Also, I'd say that feeling from those sorts of foods would negatively impact an obese personal trainer, because they wouldn't be able to provide a level of external motivation that personal training clients might be looking for. Yeah. On that note, we'll move on, and I'll start thinking about how I'd want to actually improve, or what direction I want to improve in terms of my physique. Past a certain point, it's not going to really be about improvement, it's going to be about maintenance some point. And then after that, what then? What do I do then? Probably self-mastery. I'd have to focus on something other than just aesthetics. Yeah, I think that's what's going to have to happen. Don't mind me to play with the conkers out here. The tree is right by the bench, so it dropped the bench I'm sitting on, so all of them just kind of just dropped here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. yeah, it kind of just all just dropped in the corner here. I wanted to have a more of an ending right there and then with this topic, but my phone died, so this this is it. Yeah, now we move on to the next topic. Another day, another dollar, back again. Oh, hold on, let me just sort out the framing. Oh, cool. All right, let's talk about this mental health stuff. So, if you looked a couple seconds back, you saw the scores: 0 out of 21 depression and 0 out of 21 anxiety. I've never seen this. I've never seen myself have these scores before, but here they are. I did say not at all for quite a lot of the answers, and even though I said that, I said I could improve this way, but to answer the question, I said not at all, but there are still some things that I wanted to improve on, hence the low scores, even though there are quite a few things that I wanted to improve on. I don't remember what they are, but I can't actually find them out, seeing as you stood on a laptop. So I put a whole load of thoughts down, working through lustful thoughts and that, which I just saw as I was scrolling up to see the main notes. Okay, how often have you, this is question 3, how often have you had how often have you been bothered by trouble falling asleep or sleeping too much? I'm going to say not at all, even though I'd like to improve my sleep routine, as I didn't like the fact that I'd stay in bed after waking up, and also because I've been going to bed late at around 12 in the morning, around midnight. So that's just one of the many examples. I say no, I haven't had trouble with this, but even still it is something that I want to improve on. I haven't been bothered by it throughout the week, but it's still something I want to improve on. Yeah. But even still, mental health wise, I say I've certainly improved. Yesterday, I'm recording this on a Wednesday, the week after this is supposed to come out. This week 15 video is supposed to come out, so apologies for that. But yesterday I was working through fear of conflict, and in that regard I've certainly become much more mentally stable, because I'm no longer just allowing myself to feel fear whenever I'm in the kitchen and I'd hear feet coming down the stairs. I'd feel fear from that alone. Even up until when I'm making this video, I would. And the way how I solved that was started to think, you know what, I'm walking back and forth in the kitchen, drinking my water, stood up. So what, I wish they would catch me. That was my exact wording. I wish they would fucking catch me do it. As if I'm committing a crime by doing that. As if I'm committing a crime eating, stood up and walking back and forth in the kitchen. They've never implied that it is, but I do remember my mum asking, "Well, why are you walking up and down the kitchen as we were cooking in the kitchen together?" Not on the same meals, but not on the same meal, but just we were just there using the hob at the same time. And from that I built fear of conflict. Combine that with all of the fear that I was feeling from those, from unironically thinking that I potentially could have died if I saw a certain group of teenagers from the skate park, because of the dreams that quite a few of us had of me passing away. I had a dream of getting robbed twice in 2 different areas in the same dream, whereas family relatives of mine had dreams that I passed away around a similar time. It was like it was more than 2. So that fear of conflict was just, I was just building and building and building up, because I didn't have a foundation of mental health knowledge behind me, or ways to track and improve my mental health. I didn't have that, certainly not the same way I do now. And because of that, I built fear of conflict for my parents. I don't know how I'd word that. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. In a small scale and also a large scale, and I'll talk about that now. So I was considering if I'd make this a serious video in itself, but I've decided, for reasons I don't remember, that I'll just make it, just talk about it here now. So on many occasions I've said that my dad has said to me, it's either I'm hitting you or you're hitting me. But after those conversations, he said that he would never cross that boundary, and he'd just do that to scare me, so I'd fuck off. That was his wording. And even though he had said that, he said he'd never cross that boundary, and he has stayed true to his word. It doesn't matter. I still have anxiety attacks. My legs would be shaking when we'd be that close in each other's face. My legs were shaking. I was feeling very scared, and I had to set boundaries. I had to set boundaries and tell myself that this can't keep going on I can't just keep on accepting this and then there are no consequences for it on his end, where he could just say, well, I've dropped it, so you drop it, so stop what you're doing, stop how you're acting. He wouldn't use that exact word when you say stop it or something like that. You need to stop. Yeah. Very, very basically, I've had to tell myself that I can't just stand there and take that. I don't have to be hostile about it and actually act on hitting him, or even at last resort call the police. I don't really need to do that. I really don't. But I can instead go about such situations in a much more peaceful manner instead of hitting him or calling the police. Therefore, basically fighting fire with fire. Even though it would teach him a lesson, yeah, it would teach him a lesson not to step in my face like that, for sure. But I can do it in a more peaceful way. There's no need to carry on fighting fire with fire and trying to get revenge, in a sense. That's not healthy. I found that that's not healthy. I'd stew in my room when I was a teenager. After a lot of shouting between me and my parents, both my mum and dad, I'd stew in my room. Probably thinking about how unfair it was for those sorts of things to happen. But yeah, I now know that I don't have to have that fear of conflict, because I know that I can peacefully protect myself. I can do it peacefully. I don't need to show hostility, even though sometimes he might, and even though he might not accept his flaws by doing that and thinking that's acceptable, I don't have to show that same hostility. That if I carried on trying to get revenge because he would do such things and he'd call me names and that, that would negatively, I would allow that to negatively impact me for the rest of my life if I didn't move on and get over it. Now, even though I did, as I said, had anxiety attacks when we would be in each other's faces like that, I'm not clean. I've disrespected him, just like how he's disrespected me. Maybe not in exactly the same way, but I have. I remember saying, "How dare you talk to me like that?" to him. I remember even very recently, I showed disrespect towards him. I'm thinking of how to word it so that anonymity is kept. So, okay, so I was somewhere and I can't legally drive yet, and it would have been a lot more convenient to legally drive, to drive than to take public transport to this place. So he took me there and back, and during that time he asked me a question related to the why I was eating in the car, and I said, and I answered that question, and then I said, do you have a problem with me eating? And then he said, of course I don't have a problem with you eating. And I said, good. And then from there he gave me insults because of that disrespect I gave him, because he shouted at me before getting in the car because I was finishing some notes on some stuff, and I was just stood maybe about 5 meters, less than 10 meters from the car, because I just did not have the I just wasn't thinking of walking and texting. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't even something I was thinking about, honestly, but yeah, that's why that happened. So he shouted at me because he just saw me and he was complaining. And then from there, that's why I said what I said. But just because it was a retaliation, I said what I said, I showed that disrespect out of retaliation, doesn't make it any more morally correct. It doesn't. It's, you could say, yeah, two wrongs don't make a right, and it evens it up, but then there should be another part saying, if you carry on doing that, you'll make a cycle of hostility, which is what I did. And then you go through all the stages, the insults, the name calling from his side, and I just wouldn't say anything. And then, oh, we need to have a serious conversation with, we need to have a serious conversation with mum, and I wouldn't say anything during those serious conversations for the most part. And then from there, oh, I've dropped him saying, oh, I've dropped this, so you drop it. No, that's not how life works. You can't just imply that your behavior is excusable. Your behavior, your name calling is excusable by saying, oh, well, I've dropped this, so you drop it. That's not a healthy relationship. That's not the foundation for a healthy relationship. But I also am, I really do believe that I also am partly to blame for this as well, because after these serious conversations, I've genuinely decided that I had enough of this sort of cycle. I'd call it, I've had enough of the relationship that I'd have with my dad in particular because of this, but it's not that. I don't think it's that. I think it's me having enough of going through the cycles that I go through years and years on end of those sorts of conversations. Like me talking to my parents in a dismissive way, because I just much rather just focus on what I'm doing, like this channel and that, and I don't really see us having much in common. Like healthy eating, for example, it doesn't seem like we really have much in common and much to speak about together and enjoy together. So from there, I just allowed that to build off the dismissiveness I'd showed towards my parents. That right there, I've decided to call stage 0. What's going on in my mind before these sorts of conversations? And then stage 1 is basically where it all comes out, where either I show disrespect or my dad shows disrespect, and then shouting from his end, insults and name calling from his end comes out, and I just basically, I say nothing for the most part. Well, sometimes I would actually speak. Reactive, I'd be reactive rather than responsive, as I'd like, but yeah, this is how the cycle will go. And then from there, oh, we need to have a serious conversation, either sometimes with, sometimes without, mum, he'd say. And then from there, after that serious conversation where we would have got nowhere constructive, he'd then say, maybe like the next day after, like for example, that like within that specific example I gave, he would then just say, oh, well, I've dropped it, so you drop it. I've thought of this as like power abuse, where he could just, where I've directly told him, I think he thinks that his poor behavior is excusable, whereas mine isn't. And I don't like the fact that it seems, from my perspective, he finds it difficult to point out his flaws. And I also, again, this is my fault, I also purposefully don't show gratitude towards my dad for certain things, like taking me to the secret location, as I'd say in the past, to a certain place. I purposefully would not show gratitude because I think that he would hold it against me. And so then he just misinterprets that. He's misinterpreted that as me feeling ungrateful. I certainly am feeling grateful for that, Dad. but I just won't show that to you. I purposefully won't show that to you because you could hold it against me, like how you've held certain things against me in the past. I've got an example, a very clear example in my mind, but I don't need to say it for this video. I've hesitated because how much information is too much information. But yeah, okay. I've just said to myself that from those situations, I don't need to make myself feel stressed anymore. I now know I have my protection. If those sorts of situations happen again, or if it's better still, if I see us leading up to that point, I could say, I don't like how you're speaking to me, and if you carry on speaking to me that way, I will leave this conversation. And even if he says, well, you're not going anywhere, he doesn't have that right. I'm going on 21. He doesn't have that right to decide whether I do and don't leave the house. He doesn't have that right. I'm going on 21, so I just won't accept. I just won't accept that. I will, even though I might feel nervous, not nervous, maybe like just uneasy, feel tension, physical tension, slash like adrenaline. I'd still do it anyway. Not the thrill sort of adrenaline, more like a fear sort of adrenaline. Yeah, I'd still have to go anyway to peacefully show that if I think he's treating me in an inexcusable way, I will remove myself from the conversation and therefore show that such behavior isn't acceptable, even though you are the dad and you therefore hold the most power in the dynamic, seeing as I don't pay rent, I don't have my own, I'm not renting a place, or nor am I the landlord of a place, for example. Yeah, the truth will set you free. I was thinking of whether I say that, but it's free. It's free, and I want to have this as a lesson. I want to keep this as a lesson to say that I can use this sort of conflict resolution that I've just spoken about wherever I go. Friends, family, dating, and even strangers sometimes. I can use this fear of conflict resolution anywhere I go, and if it does come to blows, then I'll have to do what I have to do. If someone's swinging at me, I can protect myself. I have that right. That's got to be a human right. If someone's swinging at you, you can protect yourself in the form of self-defense. That's got to be a human right. I don't know my human rights. I don't. But I for the sake of my own health and safety in the future, especially when I move out, I should know. I should go out my way to learn about the Human Rights Act, or acts, and more about just the law, for protection, legal protection, so I know what people can and can't do, what pedestrians can't do, what the authorities can't do, can and can't do, sorry, for both of them. Yeah, because I don't know at the moment. I genuinely don't know. I want to know, but I just have to build on that slowly. It's not, all of these things, it's not gonna happen overnight. All these like ways I'd have to grow in my life, it's not gonna happen overnight. Do I have a job? I've been wanting a job for months. Do I have one? No, because I'm waiting to get my qualifications in order that will take me in the direction that I truthfully want to go into. So I just have to wait, because I'm not gonna just do anything for money. Money's not my master. Money is my servant. Money's not my master. I'm not going to just do anything for money, any supermarket job, any like packing job. I'm not doing that. And that is not to throw shade towards any of those people that are doing that. If that's what you want to do, whether that be that's what you want to do for long term, or that's what you want to do as you build up to something else. That absolutely is on you and amazing to you, power to you. But for me personally, I don't want to go through, I don't want to do things that way. I don't want to have a career, what people might call a career, that way. I'd much rather just wait, carry on learning, carry on doing what I need to do to get my qualifications, and then from there get a job in that field, and then eventually be able to become a personal trainer, eventually get those personal training qualifications. I have to get gym instructor qualifications first. I can't just get personal training qualifications. It doesn't work like that. You have to do your level 2 first, and that's what I'm doing right now. And then from there, I'll have a foundational base of knowledge and experience. I'm just wiping my my laptop because it has been raining. But yeah, from there I'll have my foundational experience and knowledge that will allow me to take that course. Yeah. Just over time, bit by bit, gradually just keep going and going and going, and then I'll get those personal training qualifications and be able to provide those services. That's something that I've been wanting to do since May the 6th. Since May the 6th, it's the 5th of October now, so it's 1 day less than 5 months, and I'm almost around halfway there. Like, I've almost got the qualifications that I needed to get the personal training qualifications that I need in order to provide those services. I'm almost halfway there. 5 months in. Just gotta keep going. I could finish this off by talking about things that I wanted to improve during this time, seeing as it's week 16 now, it's not week 15. So in order to keep it more week 15, which I haven't done for like the past 20 minutes, I will talk about things that I wanted to improve at this point in time. I kept on saying I wanted to really improve my sleep routine, which I highlighted in yellow twice that I see so far. And I said that I've been eating more healthier and in a more convenient way than ever. I think, I'm really feeling happy with it, bulk cooking, or sorry, my diet, as I'm now eating with a fork only to improve my meal hygiene rather than a spoon. I bulk cook now, which means it's easier for me to eat healthily, as I don't have to cook every single day anymore. I always had that luxury, but I just wouldn't exercise it. Those are my thoughts on that comment. I am also tracking my water intake more consistently than ever, and that's still true, which is something I really wanted to do a while ago, now that I think about it. And I also said that this is question 6 in the NHS self-assessment, depression and anxiety self-assessment quiz. I said that I basically haven't been feeling any way at all, really. Yeah. I also spoke about that again in question 8. How often have you been bothered by moving or speaking so slowly that other people could have noticed, or the opposite, being so fidgety or restless that you've been moving around a lot more than usual? Not at all. And I was thinking of a serious conversation again, in which I saw black and white thinking. I personally am not going to give the example, but I'm not going to give this context for anonymity reasons, but I will say that he said, well, we've got to do this because that's how it's done. That was his wording, because that's how it's done. And I didn't like that black and white thinking. In brackets, after that I put, so black and white thinking now that I think about it. Ugh. We all have flaws. We all have flaws. It doesn't mean I have to show resent over it. Yeah, sure. It's okay to dislike certain things about people. That's fine, but I am not going to get anywhere healthy if I show this level of resentment with many people, or if I show resentment to many people. Yeah. But anyway, I've been feeling more okay than ever, really. Very, very basically. I spoke about this seems to have been the week that I realized that I was feeling a fear response every time I'd hear footsteps come down when I'd be in the kitchen cooking. I wouldn't be doing anything shady in the kitchen, but I just feel it anyway. And I felt something similar like this one time when I came back. I felt that same fear response, and I called it an aura of hostility, something like that. Yeah. But I realized that, okay, I'm experiencing that fear response because of my fear of conflict that I built up in my mind ever since those skate park dreams. And maybe even before that, back when my parents would keep on saying, no, you can't get a job whilst you're in school at the moment because of your grades. I was getting C's and D's at the time, and the reason why I wanted to do it anyway was following Nathaniel Masai's advice, because he said he would be using the limited time that he does have more efficiently. Not that those situations is because of him, not at all, but that's why I wanted to do that. Yeah. But after because of that, and I just keep on going through cycles. I didn't see myself going through cycles. I knew like we'd have those sorts of conversations that I didn't want to have, where I basically stay silent the entire time because I didn't think I was being listened to again and again. But I didn't put it into separate stages like how I have now. Not like this. I haven't picked it apart like how I have now. Not like this at all. But that's what happens when you grow. As you change, you're gonna start changing how you think about things. That's more than okay with me, to be honest. That's fine. And as you can see, I really do mean this with the smile I involuntarily have on my face. One time, actually, going off topic, I remember visualizing myself having a big smile on my face after talking about something and thinking that I could be being disingenuous with this sort of video creation, because I'd be smiling and people might be clicking the subscribe button on the channel because I'm smiling. If I'm doing it honestly, what is the problem? Seriously, what is the problem? If I'm doing it honestly, what's the issue? Seriously. And if people want to click the subscribe button, they can, but I'm not going to recommend that people do. If they want to, they will on their own accord, and if they don't want to, they won't. It's as simple as that. You people, if you are watching this, you will subscribe if you want to, and if you don't want to, you won't. And if you want to unsubscribe, you want to unsubscribe. That's more than okay with me, because we all have, first of all, we might not actually be we might not be clicking the unsubscribe button out of hostility or hatred for the person, but we might do it because we sense that, okay, we're not watching this person's video anymore. And even if people are clicking the unsubscribe button, first of all, it's a button on the internet, calm your ass down. And secondly, people have the right to dislike certain things on a channel. That's fine. People have that right, just like how they have the right to click the like button and say, yeah, this was cool, bro. We're not bros, we're not fucking family. But yeah, people have that right to like, just like how people have the right to dislike and unsubscribe. It's fine. This is freedom of speech. It's fine. It's okay. Seriously, it's not that big a deal as I made it out to be. I made it out to be a big deal. Pardon me. This was back when I was making it a big deal, back when this channel was called a planking journey rather than a calisthenics journey, which I've now changed it to. And I made it a big deal because around about, like, I think it was day 66, nearing the end of the video, I said that I wanted to get, not the channel, but Ego, wanted to get 500,000 subscribers in 2 years, as I was following Life XP's advice of setting outrageous goals. I don't think he has like 2 videos on YouTube now. I don't remember. I don't know, don't care. That's on him. But yeah, at the time when the videos were up, or when that video was up, I don't remember what it was titled, but when that video was up that I'm referring to, yeah, I followed it. I thought, you know what, you could try it out and see how it goes. I didn't think that word for word, but that was the main thing I was saying. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll put that down as a note on a tablet that I didn't buy, but yeah, I put it down as a note. Sorry. I don't mean to sound like I have Tourette's that way when I speak like that. Sorry, it's just that I really do want to show to myself that I'm more self-reliant, out of revenge, to show that in my head, the first point of call, the first reason that I came up with my mind as to why that's the case is because I want to show to myself that I don't need my parents as much as I do now, or to show that I don't need my parents. Yeah, that's why revenge after that I built over so many years of those conversations, man. I was stewing in my bedroom, and I built up a sense of revenge from that, as you can hear in the wording. But yeah, nowadays I'd say more so out of fulfillment, so I can feel more happy about how my life's going, and knowing that I don't have to depend on my parents. I can fend for my own. And although it's the same reasoning, I honestly don't think it at least has as much hatred, but deep rooted in that. I'd like to imagine it doesn't. I don't see myself as someone that carries as much hate and resentment that as I once did, say 6 months ago, all the way back when I made that serious video saying working through the hatred and resentment I had towards myself and my family, and so on. The title was very similar to what I just said. But yeah, I'd like to imagine that I don't see myself in that way, at least as much anymore. I don't think I'd be doing that out of revenge. Just progressing in my life allows me to feel happy. Me progressing in my life means I can look at myself and feel happy. I can feel happy and truthfully at peace with myself and the direction I'm heading in. I don't think that's out. I genuinely don't think I'm doing it out of revenge, at least as much anymore. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I've worked through during week 16. Not for this week, but I have at least made the attempt to talk about my thoughts during week 15 rather than week 16. The video for week 16 main health review is going to come out this Friday on the 7th. I think it's the 5th. Yeah, it's going to come out the 7th. I've got to start putting the clips together by tomorrow at the latest, but yeah, I'll do my best to get it done. And if I'm finding it too difficult to get it all done in one go, then what I'll do is I will postpone the self-assessment quiz and leave it for next week, just so that I have something to show rather than burning myself out and not giving myself enough time to create a solid piece of a solid review, rather than just rushing it. Breaks. I need to have breaks. I talk a lot during these videos and my throat can feel dry from time to time, and I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and then I wouldn't drink at all. felt like nothing. Oh, now it's starting to hit the belly. But yeah, for my throat, that felt like nothing. And from time to time, because I talk so much, my throat would feel quite dry. I've been watching Sunny B2 for like the past 3 days now, and I remember watching a video that he made based on Filthy Frank, and I remember him saying that Joji said that he got throat muscle tissue damage in his throat from talking too much. I think I might be wrong on that, but I know one thing for sure: I don't want to end up like that. I don't want to end up having muscle tissue damage in my throat because I've been talking for so long with no water. I'm gonna have this by my side as I talk from now on. But let's end this review now, this section of the review now, and then I'll go on to the summaries, and then that'll be me done. So, again, for my throat, felt like nothing because of how much I've been talking without water. Probably like less than an hour now, maybe like 40 minutes, as I've been working through things. Well, how's this week gone? The depression and anxiety scores are like, what? Unbelievable. Bang on, that's it. Unbelievable. To me, they were just that. And I know that mentally I'm in a more than okay place. As you can see by the smile on my face I'd have most of the time as I've been talking throughout these clips alone, when I've been having this background behind me wearing this. Yeah, pardon me. I need to stop saying sorry. Now I've got what I was saying. Summaries. So how do I think week 15 has gone? I've done something amazing for myself by figuring out that I have a major fear of conflict. And during week 16, the week after this one was supposed to come out, which is this week that this video is being uploaded, I've realized how much that I've had it, and I've been working through it since. Immediately, this sort of stuff can't wait. I was working on it immediately, so that was absolutely amazing. Oh, also I said it again. Also, in my review, in the self-assessment quiz review that I did on the laptop, I actually added a new section called the overview, where I summarized what I went through. I said again, sorry. Yeah, I'll bring that up now and then I'll end it there. I'm mentally healthy, but I do have some things I'd like to work on, as usual, to further improve, such as my fear of conflict, which I've allowed myself to be negatively impacted by for a long while on a small scale. This kitchen scenario, like feeling the fear response whenever I hear feet come down the stairs and potentially come down to then come into the kitchen. And on a large scale, anxiety attacks when Dad would get in my face, and when it's not just him, it would be the both of us getting in each other's faces. I don't like doing that at all, but it would happen. It's not just him talking to a ghost. I am there as well. It is me. I am partly to blame as well. It's not just him. But anyway, as I was saying, what I said in the overview, which is what this clip is, I've got solutions to work through this, as you, my future self, see if you read everything below which I've highlighted. I'll improve this over time, eventually overcome it and be healthier than I've ever been in my life. And even still, I'd agree with that, yeah. I've been improving my diet by bulk cooking and eating with a fork to improve my meal hygiene. I need to add my in there. I'll certainly be doing this from now on. I predict I would have done it for so long that my bulk cooking and WHR's weekly health reviews, this, will be on autopilot by the point I would have got a gym instructor job that I want. I'll eventually start setting more boundaries related to that, like I've already started doing by telling myself that I'm not willing to do a late shift because I want to provide my best all of the time, with connotations that I wouldn't be able to do that if I was doing a late shift. Again, I'll add that and make that explicit, because I did think those thoughts during the week, but I forgot to add that in the review. Because I want to provide my best all the time, which I don't think be able to do if I allow myself to go on to do late shifts. I also worked through lust in the extra notes section. It will be the first thing you, my future self, will see if you go look at it. I'll further guard myself from watching pornographic content by learning where it's come from, such as sexually implicit, in my opinion, grow your glutes videos, in which they flex their bum off again and again and again and again, in both thumbnails and maybe even their profile picture too. There's one woman in particular that I could think of when saying that, but I purposefully am not going to say that woman's name, because I don't want to be the one that gives many people, or gives anyone really, the knowledge that that woman, of who that woman is. I don't want to be responsible for that. And then for people to have the audacity to say, well, it was because of you, because you brought it up, you brought her name up, I went and clicked. No, it's not. You went and clicked. No, so I just won't say the name at all. But these videos very unfortunately do exist, and some of them actually are there to be sexually implicit. Some of them. Let's not lie, ladies. What and also I'd say another thing that led me to watching pornographic content would be watching women for their beauty in YouTube videos, rather than to hear what they have to say. I was doing this, and during these sorts of videos, it wouldn't be sexually implicit. It would just be ladies doing stuff, ladies doing what they want to do. Nothing sexual there, but I'd just be watching, not caring about what's going on. I'm looking at their beauty, I'm not looking at them. To further clarify what I mean more so listening because of what they're talking about in the video, rather than just looking at, taking them at face value, literally. Yeah, I've never thought of it in that way until right now, but yeah, that's what I was doing, just watching their content videos. Sorry, I'm shivering, it's a bit cold. At face value, literally at face value, just looking at their face, and that'd be it for the most part. Or if not, their ass, because of the grow your glutes videos. And sometimes even for the ones that weren't, oh no, I'm thinking of one in particular, and that was a how I grew my glutes videos. So that wasn't just out of nowhere. I wasn't just looking at her bum and she wasn't flexing it. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, thank goodness. I'd like, I've now started to, if I do ever watch videos that ladies have made, it's because I'm watching because of what they're talking about, not because I'm watching for their, I'm not watching their beauty anymore. I'm actually, in my mind, watching them like how I'd watch men, watch the videos that men would make. Sorry, not watch men. That I didn't like the word in that. I did not like the word in that. I know I didn't mean it in like a sexual way. That's not me. Okay, so also another part of where I thought it would come from, like why I got to that point of watching pornographic content, was hearing rap lyrics over and over again talking about, oh yeah, I'm fucking this hole and I'm fucking that hole. I didn't really ever think that would be a part of the issue. But yeah, it is, because those sorts of videos indirectly are planting the seed in my mind to think about those sorts of stuff. like subconsciously thinking lustful thoughts of, yeah, because I'll be hearing, oh yeah, I'd be allowing myself to hear, oh yeah, I'm fucking this hoe and I'm fucking that hoe and I'll fucking. I even mentioned one lyric in particular, which I'm not going to say, but yeah, thank goodness. And then I said, cheers to making more progress in life, and I listed a new parts that I made, like the overall review and the extra notes section. Self-hug. Finally, I'm done. Again, literally like nothing, because of how much talking I've been doing. But that's it, I'm out. The extra notes are gonna play, and I will see you in the next one. As I said in the summary, cheers to making more progress in life. Respect. I'm out. The extra notes will play, and then that's the end of the video. Peace. As I've said in the past, it would be sensible if I allow myself to take breaks during making these videos. I probably should start making the main clips like maybe from Thursday before, the day before I wanted to upload it, so that I make it easier for myself to get these out. I've been doing them like one and done, like you only have this time and this time to do it. I wouldn't tell myself this is, but that's how I go about making these videos. That's what I do. That I mean, I make them at a lower quality than they could be, because I'd just be pushing my limits mentally. I would have spoken too much at one time. I need a break every now and then, even if it's like 10 minutes every hour or something. Whenever I feel the need to break. That's what I need to do, or otherwise I won't be making coherent sentences. It would just be jumbled words together, like how I experienced from time to time whilst making the main clips of this video when I was in my large jacket and hoodie. That I did buy that, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was feeling like burnt out mentally, but I still would keep going anyway, because of how I've done videos in the past. That's not healthy. I need to remember and follow that piece of advice I gave myself in the past, and actually, I lost my train of thought. Actually take breaks every now and then during making these videos. They take a while, and I don't mind them taking a while, because this is my health I'm talking about, but I need to plan around that, negotiate around that. I'm human, and one human can only do so much at one point in time. Yeah. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet, just so that it's out there. From this point, I can build from this new level of organisation that I'm starting to make with these weekly health reviews. Yeah. In other words, just to make it easier on myself, I'm making this video short, or shorter than it could be. Yeah.